It was March 12th, 2020. If that date rings a bell, it was because that's when the world shut down. At the time, we had an in-person gym, but we called this the hybrid gym. And so the reason why this was hybrid is because we actually used our gym to sell in person, but we sold everything as an online program. When the government shut everything down, we lost our advantage. Now we actually had to pivot to doing phone sales. And I remember doing my very first phone sale, and it was a $200 phone sale, and I fumbled over all my words. And so I did it, and I kept on slowly raising the price. It was $200, and it was $500, $1,000. I remember when I made my first $2,500 phone sale. It was about 6 months later, so it definitely took some time. There's definitely a lot of mistakes and a lot of things I learned along the way. But that $2,500 phone sale was like, holy moly, like this is life-changing. So at that moment I realized that phone sales, way better than in-person sales. And so when I came into the cleaning industry, my advantage was that I came into the cleaning industry with 0 clients. And I came into the cleaning industry with 0 experience. And so when I started looking around, I saw that other cleaning businesses were doing in-person walkthroughs. It never quite made sense to me for such a low dollar amount service. Like the cleaning business, you need a lot of cleans. It's a volume service. I was like, if I had to walk through somebody's home, I had to spend an hour with them and they told me no, I'd be very upset. And so while I knew nothing about cleaning or pricing or how to estimate, I just picked up the dang phone and I started talking to people, and I learned by talking. And so the first call I remember doing, it was a little rough. And the second call, well, it was a swing and a miss as well. And then my third cleaning discovery call, well, it was one of my favorite clients, Susan Bianchini. And so right now I'm gonna walk you through the phone sales process. So first step is you actually ask the right questions. So home details and personal pain points. These are the questions we ask to figure out like what we're walking into. How dirty is this home gonna be? That's really what we're trying to figure out, is the scope of work. How long is it gonna take us to do? And this is where we ask really good questions. And by asking the really good questions, we're able to develop what I call the 3-tier system. And this 3-tier system is what allows us to determine the level of what I call dirtiness. Now, we need to figure out what type of clean that they're looking for. And so is it going to be a deep clean? Is it going to be a maintenance clean? Is it going to be a move out clean or move in clean, etc. Right? So these are the main cleans that we do. And so determining what type of clean it is also is going to factor in to what the price is going to be for this initial clean. And then the third factor is the square footage. Like, how big is the home? How much of the home do you want clean? And so once we determine the square footage, we literally just plug those 3 numbers into our initial clean calculator. So this is a tool that we created, and we plug that number in, and guess what it spits out? It spits out an estimate. And we're able to tell the prospect over the phone that your initial clean is estimated, and they say, cool, when can you come in? And then at that point we schedule them. But it's the conviction that you tell them, because you use the data based on what they said. Do they negotiate with you? Hardly ever. And at that point, you're able to use the data to fall back on if they do try to price shop you, or if they try to negotiate you, like, this is the price. And you'd be surprised that when you actually deliver with conviction, how much people are just like, okay, cool. Then yes, how do I get started? And so do you think you could do that first off? And then the second piece of that is like, once you do it, like, how easy do you think that it would be for you to be able to teach somebody else how to follow this process as well?